life over here. We got this new Airbnb in Orlando, and they got a nice little view here. Got the swing and just kind of like a little vibe out, a little spot. Six
Man,
bookings already. Just listed yesterday. Six bookings already. 2,000, like two, seven
wow,
bookings. $2,000 already.
wow, that's incredible, bro. And that's in Orlando, you say?
Yep, in the heart of Orlando, like right in the middle of everything. So y'all want to come to Orlando? Y'all go follow Tax D Wolf right now. Reach out to me.
Man, that's dope, man. That's super dope. We'll be in Orlando June 16th. I'll be in Orlando. So I definitely will be reaching out to you to, to get some things going with that because that spot looks incredible.
I appreciate you, brother. We got like three more coming on the market next month.
Wow. Okay, so without further ado, anybody who doesn't know, I don't know how you don't. This is my good brother. This is Joseph Griffin. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Um, let's dive into it. Let's dive into it. First of all, as a barber, I always respect a dope haircut. So let me just say salute to your barber because he
Check
graced you.
it. I think you told me that when we met too. You was like, man,
Man,
I
I
know
love
that
it.
fresh today.
Man,
Every week, man. Every week, you look good, you feel good, you feel good,
ab-
you perform good.
man,
Every week,
when they was trying to say barbers wasn't essential personnel, I was like, y'all really don't know. Y'all
they
really don't
lied.
know.
Yeah, they lied for sure.
Right. Okay, so just in the spirit of time and in the spirit of getting all this great information out there, could you give us a bit of your backstory, kind of introduce yourself?
Yeah, for sure. So, what's going on, everybody? Pleasure having y'all here this afternoon. If you're on the East Coast, Joseph Griffin, the tax deed wolf. No, I don't do taxes. I teach people how to purchase property in tax deed auctions for as little as $3,000. So, in the U.S., when people don't pay their property taxes, their county takes their property and they sell it at an auction. We come in these auctions, we win property for $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. It just depends on the property. So I retired from nursing at age 29 by literally flipping lots, empty lots. I was buying for 3,000, selling for 18, buying for 5,000, selling to 20. And then as we got bigger and bigger, now we started to invest in anything that makes sense. Airbnbs, multifamily. We're under contract for a 48 unit in Kentucky. Super excited about that. So just anything that makes sense, man. We're just straight up a one-stop shop for real estate investors. If you want to learn real estate investing, you come in our course. We teach you credit, business credit, how to get your first property through tax deed auctions, like literally just everything. The Burr method, all of it, man.
Man, that was $1 million worth of intro right there. So I'm really looking forward to this. Man, that was incredible. So what I like to do is, or what I do is, my name is Seven the Barber for anyone who doesn't know me. And what I do is I started out barbering, right? And then I began to introduce barbers to other ways. One of the pain points of being a barber and entrepreneur, period, is that there's no retirement plans, there's no real like 401k kind of situation set up. So what I like to do is I like to have conversations like these with a lot of transparency packed inside of them, and just be able to set barbers up with situations that can help them retire early if they want to, or just create some type of another stream of income that can supplement or just completely take them out of the game of barbering if that's what they want to do, So I essentially leverage the relationships I have with people and allow them to just walk them into a world where they don't have to be behind the chair until they're 90. So, again, thank you for having me on this live, man. This is a blessing.
No, I appreciate you having me, man. We got work to do. We got some work.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so when I went to your page and I seen buy property for $3,000, it was so much stuff going through my head. I mean, it was a ton of stuff going through my head, right? $3,000 is like uh, that's a weekend. You know what I'm saying? That's a weekend worth of fun. That's a weekend in a barbershop. I mean, you can, there's so many opportunities in just that one sentence for a barber that I think a lot of barbers don't think is possible. Can you kind of walk us through what that scenario would look like?
Man, so what's funny is I put $3,000 because the honest answer almost sounds like a scam, bro. So the cheapest property that I actually purchased was $1,900, but I was like, you know what? Let me not even put the $1,900. Let me double that almost, right? So let me put 3,000. So we got students that have got property for $600, $900, and then this is tax deeds. We're not even talking about tax liens. I know people who have purchased gotten lien certificates for like $50. Now, there's a difference, and I can, let me explain that because a lot of people are really unclear on that. You have tax liens, you have tax deeds, and then you have redemption deeds, and you have tax lien certificates. All right, I break this down because you got to be able to explain this stuff to a 7-year-old if you really want to call yourself a coach or an expert, right? So with
Mhm.
redemption deeds, that states like Georgia, Texas, there's a redemption period, right? It's in the name. It doesn't mean that I'm getting that property right away. The owner can redeem it. They can pay the taxes with interest and keep their property. With tax liens, you're not saying there's no understood right that you're getting that property. You're literally just paying someone's debt for them. You're paying the taxes, and they have to pay you back with interest in order to keep their property. But in the state of Florida and tax deed states, when I win a property or when you win a property, the redemption period is already over. All right, you literally
Mhm.
is yours. I've flipped properties in 2 weeks, right? So that's what people do not understand. They think like, oh, it's a waiting period, but they don't understand that every state is different, every county is different. So you really have to know you got to know the difference before you even plan on getting started in the game. You know what I mean? So you got to
Oh,
understand it before you dive into it. So that's what we do, man, and it's nuts. $1,900 was the most affordable property that I purchased, and I know people who've gotten property for lower prices than that.
okay. So when you say 19, it does sound like a scam. I'm gonna just let you know right off the dribble. It does sound like that. But one thing I've adjusted to just in my career and as I've been able to develop as an entrepreneur is a lot of stuff goes over our head, especially within our community. A lot of stuff goes over our head for that one word, scam. We think stuff is a scam. You know, I asked my mom over this weekend. I said, "Do you think that the opportunities that you've been, you've witnessed me kind of take advantage of, like, did you have those coming up?" And she was like, "I did. I thought they all were scams, though." So I'm
Man.
glad you used that word because, in our communities a lot, it's a generational thinking. The
Mhm.
word scam as it's attached to a pyramid scheme and get rich quick. And like Neo says, what you want to get rich slow?
Right, right.
And so can you talk a little bit about like growing up and the mindset that maybe your parents instilled, or was it like an independent mindset? Like, where did you come from? Where did the school of thought come from? Where it's like, I'm gonna bet on myself and I'm about to run these plays.
Man, you know what? That's deep, and it really comes down to what you were saying. And the best way I can like classify it, I call it modern day slavery, right? Like what
Mhm.
better way to have humans think that they're free than to just educate them their whole lives, have their parents educate them certain things, so you don't even have to enforce it in schools. Like our parents literally taught us, hey, credit's bad. Like, hey, don't do this. Hey, don't do that. Save, work till you're 65. This is the biggest scam. Work till you're 65 and then retire. I think that's the biggest scam of all time.
Horrible.
If we're being serious, drop some fires in the comments if you agree that you don't
Absolutely.
have to work till you're 65 and then retire. Like I retired at 29, y'all. I'm living life. All right, so that's the biggest scam. So
Talk to me. Talk
this
to me.
this 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 system designed to, we work and we help other companies get rich. we I really just looked and I saw everybody in my family and was like, man, nobody's a millionaire. No one's a millionaire. It's like,
Right.
why, what are we doing that what are we not doing that everyone else is doing, right? And
Not
then when you see the Neos, you see the Myrons, like, okay, what's going on here? You see the Grant Cardones, and you see people out here killing it, and I want to know what they know. So the biggest thing that I did differently is I was gonna go to school to be a nurse practitioner because I was a registered nurse running the ICU, and I was like, I'm gonna go be a nurse practitioner so I can do what? Get a higher hourly rate, right? What the heck was I thinking? I wanted more. I wanted to trade more time for money and just make a little bit more money, right? I'm worth
Right.
that. You're worth more than that. We're all worth more than that. So I was like, you know what? What am I doing? Let me pay for some mentorship. $250 for this consultation call I did with this guy, and I almost talked myself out of it because I thought I was gonna let what I do know stop me from learning what I don't know. Right? I was like, nah, do I really need him? Nah, do I really need him? I had a $500 course at the time. I thought I was killing it. Took that call, man, and he really let me know. No offense, he let me know that I didn't know shit. Like
Right.
literally on that call, I didn't know shit, and I was like, man, imagine how much other things I don't know. So I made
Right.
it a goal to invest in as many mentorship programs as I could. Last year, spent like $75,000 in mentorship programs, bro.
Mm.
$75,000. My business scaled from like 5,000, 10,000 a month to about 50,000 a month after that. So,
Wow.
so definitely mentorship. That was the key, man. Just understanding that the people who are already doing it, that's who you need to learn from, not the people with the college degrees that are still working for someone while teaching you in school. They're working for someone, and they're not saying anybody's wrong or anybody's right, but we all have certain goals, and being a part of a system just wasn't my American dream. Wasn't my American dream at all.
Mm.
that's
Right.
a deep rabbit hole you took me
Um,
down.
that's I mean that's heavy. That's heavy for so many different reasons. I think that so many people are in that same place that you were in, as far as frame of mind, and they went the other way. There's this J. Cole line, and I love J. Cole. I love his music. Shout out to him. He said the good news is we came a long way. The bad news is we went the wrong way. And that bar was
Mm.
just so heavy to me because I come from a school of professionals, and I retired. I got the gold watch. Look at me. I got a Corvette, and yada yada yada. And that was the success. That was the max. Like in my neighborhood, it was literally basketball, football,
Look at
sell dope, and that's it. Like you kind of, if you wasn't right,
that.
right, if
Right.
you don't rap or you don't sell dope or you don't make it in football, basketball, there's nothing else. And so, that trickled throughout my whole community, and I saw so much, like, I mean, it was sad. It was sad. It was sad to watch, but ultimately there were those outliers, and I like to think of myself as one of those outliers. But there were outliers within that community that said, "No, this is not it for me. This will not be the end all be all for me." I want more out of life. Do you remember the exact moment when you said, "You know what? I want more than this."
Man, that's deep, bro. Cause what's his name? Nick, who was speaking at the event in Atlanta. And bro, I'm not a crier. I'm not a crier at all, bro. But when he had us do, I thought this event was gonna be like a go to the event and like take some notes and figure out how to make an extra 20K a month type of deal. Bro, I came out of that event like really knowing who the heck I am and what I need to do, like who I need on my team and everything. So he had us go back in our past, and I'm like boo hoo crying at this point. Like he's been unlocked my mind, and I'm talking to myself as a little kid, bro. Like I'm like, man, what is going on right now? Like what? And that's really what did it for me. I remember the time, and I haven't really shared this with many people, but we grew up poor, right? Everybody has a sob story, but if we all brought our shit to the table, we might want to remove our shit because somebody's gone through something worse, right? So,
Right.
but my story, we were poor, right? A lot of people came up poor. We took buses so I could get to school. Right, my mom was my grandmother is who I call my mom. My mom gave me up. Not even really sure what the heck happened. My dad was in jail most of my life. I don't know my real mom. My grandmother raised me. Right, and we were
Mhm.
just poor. We didn't have a vehicle. We were catching buses, 5 buses to get to school in the morning. She was the janitor at the school, so they let me go to the school for free. It was a
Wow.
private, and so since she was a janitor and a cook, they let me go to the school for free. The van, a church gave us a van, right? Gave us
Mhm.
a, and it was like some $2,000 van. It was really a piece of crap, but it was a vehicle. We, damn, finally we got a car. We don't have to take the bus anymore. So the van broke down, and I'm like 11 or 12, and these people pulled, like they were pissed because the van broke down in the road. They had to go around, and this guy, I'm an 11-year-old child at the time. He said, "Get that piece of shit off the road." Like, as an 11-year-old, bro, like when I tell you I cried for like 2 days because I was like, I hate being poor. I do not want to be poor. This is not. That's when it really clicked for me that like I'm gonna be the first millionaire in my family. Like, this,
Mm.
I am done being poor. Like, no child should ever have to go through that for a vehicle. You know what I mean? Everybody starts out different, but man, a vehicle. I saw so many people with brand new cars and this and that, and like here I am as an 11-year-old child getting yelled at to get our piece of shit car off the road. You know what I mean? So
That's
that's when it kicked in for me. It doesn't matter skin color. We're all human beings. We all bleed. It does, yeah. Doesn't
that.
matter for me, bro. I said enough is enough. I don't care what color I am. I don't care I'm from the Sixth Ward of New Orleans. I don't care. I'm grinding,
Okay.
and
Shout out to the NO.
yeah, ever since then, bro, I grinded. And what does Neil say? How you do anything is how you do
We do
everything.
everything. And
Always honor roll student. Had A's. Flew through nursing school, flying colors. I was a manager of the ICU within like 2 years. Kind of unheard of. I was like 20, 27, 26 or whatever, managing the ICU. Jumped into travel nursing after like 8 months. They didn't even know I was a brand new RN, bro. How you do anything is how you do everything. Once
everything.
I
Excellent.
had the confidence, bro, and
Yeah.
jumped into entrepreneurship, it was only a matter of time that I was gonna kill it because that's just the type of person I was. I just knew I was gonna kill anything that came in my way.
Okay. Okay. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Do you have Caribbean roots?
French, French,
French. Okay,
French,
dope.
yeah.
Dope, dope, dope. Um, now with that story, is that the person you would say that is that the child that you went and met through that process? And we're gonna unpack some things real quick, and it
Man,
might get a little heavy. It might get a little heavy. Is that the child that you identified with during that exercise?
that was the child that I was talking to, bro. Like when he
Mhm.
said talk to that child, that's the child I was talking to. And it's crazy. I hadn't even thought about that. Like it wasn't in my mind, bro, until it was just there. Like, holy crap.
During that exercise, I had a period of, and I'm familiar with that. So that's a service that I offer to my clients. I don't like to call them clients, but for lack of better words, I call them guests. But for lack of a better term, I'm gonna say clients. Now that's a service that I offer to them as well as other barbers. That process is called NLP. Anybody familiar with it or anybody um interested in it? Just look it up. Just Google it and find some different ways to tap into that. But one of the most incredible experiences I had. That was an incredible one. I visited a child I never visited during that exercise. But
Mm.
when it really gets interesting, at the more you start to learn about that whole process, is when you start identifying the different yous growing up. So it's like you met that one child, you continue along on that journey, you meet different versions of yourself, and you didn't realize how traumatic certain experiences were and how many things you've attached yourself. They're called anchors. You've anchored yourself to, and how much of that has developed the person you are today.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm
So,
sure there's some other there's definitely some other moments, right? That just
right.
molded us all into what we are. And that's crazy what you offer. That's some good stuff, man.
Absolutely. It's a must. We need it. We need it. Um, now, Now, so I was looking in your bio, and it said that you have been featured on Fox News. Is that correct?
Yeah.
CBS, Yahoo. What is that experience like? Because I think for people on the outside looking in, it just looks like this humongous, impossible task. What is that process like for you?
So backstory on that one. You may have heard this on the news, but I was jogging one day, and the cops stopped me while I was jogging. They said I fit the description, and then next thing you know, I'm all over the news because I went on Facebook Live and recorded the entire moment. They put me in cuffs, but I was calm, and we talked it out. They ended up letting me go, and it was just like one of the first encounters that America had seen or the world had seen with a African American male that like didn't get shot. You know what I mean?
Ah,
So all these news stations were hitting me up. They were like they were coming to my house and everything. Like it's just kind of blew up. But that was my first like real big news encounter. That's when I kind of start to kind of get known out there. And then when I made my course about a year later, I just started realizing that you can only grow so much by yourself, right? They say your first 100K you can make alone, and I did that. 100K was literally that's a lot of our goals is just six figures, but that's a small goal, right? A lot of our goals is just six figures, and that was my goal, and then I did that, and then it was like what's next? I needed a team. You need a team to scale to a seven-figure mark in most cases. So got a team. Part of that team is a PR, having a PR manager. And what they do is their job is to just get me the right press, get me on the right Instagram lives, get me on the right news stations, the right podcast. So I can't, that's something I didn't even know about, but my family didn't know about that stuff. But that's just, when you're gonna be that first person, you gotta get outside your comfort zone, and you have to start hiring people. You have to start making those connections. You have to network. Hence how we met, man. You have to start
absolutely.
networking. It's a simple,
Absolutely.
hey, I like your haircut. It's a simple, man, hey, I like those shoes. It's not just with girls, right? I like your dress. Like, no, we guys, us brothers, we build each other up as well, and I think that's key. That makes a lot of relationships that can go far.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%, man. I agree with everything you're saying with that. And I think, especially for us, again, I think we have to make an extra effort to go out of our way and put our ego aside to be able to say, hey, brother, that's a nice cut. You know what I mean? And not have somebody feel any kind of way about it. Like, out here, LA, that could go a couple different ways. So it takes a person to get knocked down a few times by negativity and to continue that to develop that muscle. You know what I mean? So that's I definitely appreciate your warmness to be able to accept that, because that's semi unfamiliar in this space. You know what I mean? And that's something I encourage all my people that's around me to do, and everybody that's in my circle. Right. So when you talk about because this is something that I personally struggle with, is delegation, right? So when it comes to delegation, how do you decide, or how quickly are you to like hire, fire, put people in position? Like when it doesn't look exactly how I pinned it in my mind, I'm done with it. I'm like, all right, let's get to the right one. What's your process like for executing your roster, like putting your roster together of like, this is my squad?
All right, cool. First, before I answer that, I want to thank everybody that's on this live right now. If you will, let us know what city you're joining from. I want to know where y'all at. You're in Atlanta. You're in Orlando. Where y'all at? Some of y'all from LA. Let us know what city y'all are joining us from. We appreciate the support, and we love that positive energy. Shoot us a message. Shoot us a message. Some fire chats. I want to go show some love on your page as well. Go like your page. Throw some comments on there. So definitely interact, share this live with your friends if you're getting some value.
Absolutely.
um, now
Absolutely.
now when I jump into this question, oof, man, that's a tough one because people like ourselves, shout out, okay, Atlanta, Queens,
Uh,
New York,
uh,
San Jose, I think I say, all right, welcome. Now to your question, that's tough for us visionaries, right? We're visionaries. Like we see the whole picture and we're gonna do whatever it takes to get there, right? Myself, I had this trust problem that not trust issues, but
right.
but I strongly felt that no one could do it better than I could do it, right? And that's where the mentorship came in. One of my mentors, and mentors can come from anywhere. I asked a question on Clubhouse one day and got this answer. He said that, hey, when you're hiring your team, you're right. There might not be as good as you are in the beginning. They may be 30% of you, but you will be surprised how well your team performs, right? And that's what he told me. He was like, go ahead and just hire them, set the expectations, and give them clear guides of what you need done. And he was like, "You're gonna be surprised," and he was right. I hired my first employee, and man, it was the growth was just crazy. And it's not about me, right? I stopped thinking about myself. Okay, yeah, I wanted to make millions at the time, right? But then I changed that. I was like, you know what? How can my team make millions? Right? If my team is making millions, then by default, I'm probably gonna be making millions as well.
Right.
So then we started, yo. Then I switched my whole game. My whole game was about coaching my students. I want my students to do big deals. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I want them to be great, right? So then we have our students doing $50,000 flips, $70,000 flips. My own staff buying properties, doing wholesale deals, making $12,000 a year, right? My own staff buying new cars and stuff. Then I'm like, man, okay, this is different. So I hired them, but I didn't hire them like traditional employees. I wanted to show them how to be CEOs. My employees started out as W-2, and then I slowly transitioned them to making their own company, and then to paying them W-9 or 1099, right? So I
Wow.
literally, man, I turned them into business owners and got them in that mindset that it has to work or it has to work as well. So now it's not just about me, it's about them. They need to get paid. They got bills to pay. So in return, that all our bills are getting paid,
Right.
right? If they
Hey,
don't make it to that level,
real quick, you just said something. You just said something, and I don't want it to go over anybody's head. You said it has to win or what? I mean,
it
it
has
has
to
to
work
work.
or it has to work. It has to work or it has to work.
Okay. Okay. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, yeah. But
Okay.
if they didn't make it to that certain point, uh, a lot of people, man, honestly, will just weed themselves out. I've found that to be true. Like people think that they're gonna move from state to a different state, and that's gonna change their lives. But if once you take ownership that you're the problem, your whole life will change. Like moving to if you live in New York and then move to Florida, you're not just gonna suddenly have this better life, unless there was such an environment that you needed to get out of. Like your energy was really your circle was bad. You could always change your circle, right? You
Mhm.
don't even really have to leave the state. Just change your circle. But if you're caught up in something else, then you have to leave. That's a different story. But you have to change who you are. You can't just move. You have to really start thinking about that person that you want to be today. The past don't matter anymore. Be that person today and start grinding.
Okay. So so just shifting gears a little bit because I think we touched a lot on mindset, and I think that might be the most important aspect of all of it. Just in any entrepreneur space, we touched on mindset. Now, you got somebody who has the right mindset. They mind is together now. Can you talk about the process of going through your course?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, man. I can talk. Come on, come on. Let's talk about. So anybody, anybody on this live watching this video, a few of you asked about the mentorship. Yes, I'm a mentor. Do you need to get me as a mentor? No, just get a mentor. All right. It does not have to be me. I'm gonna sleep like a baby regardless. We got Airbnbs getting listed and making $2,000 on the first day. I promise you, I'm gonna be fine. All right. But do I take care of my students? Yes. All right. So for anybody that's thinking about a mentorship, what we do is I kind of took this from nursing is that holistic approach. We're not just going to fix the problem. We're going to make sure we want to understand why the problem even came in the first place and make sure that it doesn't come back, right? It's a holistic thing. You need to be healthy at all times. Don't just take your vitamins when you're sick. All right. That's the approach. So students come into my course, I need to know who they are as a person. Where do you live? What's your credit like? How much access to lines of credit do you have? Do you even understand business? Do you have a business that's properly structured? You can't just make an LLC and call yourself a business owner. Well, you can, but are you really at that next level? Can we find you? Can we still sue you? Are you structured right to pay yourself? To pay the least amount in taxes? Like, do you ever even really understand the tax game? And we go through those basic fundamental structures before we even jump into real estate, right? So now
Mhm.
that because what I say, you need to be prepared. If we got a deal for you and $10,000 can turn into $50,000, but you don't even have the $10,000, how are we gonna do that deal, right? You don't need the $10,000 in your bank account, but at least have the access to the line of credit, right? We'll show you how to take a business credit card and create cash without doing a cash advance because the interest is crazy high. We don't do cash advances, right? So you jump into, we show you tax deed investing. We show you how to have how to have deals coming to you, right? How to really be purposeful in your look, like when you're looking for things. I always tell people this. This is how life works, right? If I told you to close your eyes, now look around the room, find everything that's yellow. You might see a whole lot of yellow, right? But if I said, "Hey, what was blue?" You probably won't be able to answer that for me, right? Because you weren't looking for blue. All right. When we show you what to look for, you will find it. You ever wanted a car so bad and then you start seeing that car all the time? That's how life works. That's how our mind works. Okay. We create our destinies. So we really, the mindset, man, you said it. You hit the nail on the head. But to be honest with you, the whole course is focusing on mindset,
Mm.
partnerships, networking. It's not just mindset in the beginning, it's mindset with everything, right? So then we're showing you how to buy properties. We're finding tax deed auctions for you, connecting you with realtors, hard money lenders, whatever you need. And it's scary, right? This is some scary stuff for people who don't know what to do, but that's why we have a community. We have other students that are already doing it, that have already done it. Our private group chat, we're helping you out, we're answering your questions, and we're following up. Weekly calls every Wednesday. All right, that you don't just get in, get out. You need to stay plugged in, right? Things change, updates, new strategies. Hey, this bank is giving out $50,000 in business credit to compete with Navy Federal. Go get that card. You know what I mean? Like it's big stuff, bro. Big stuff, man. We partner up with our students on some of these real estate deals. They might not have the money, but we have a whole network of people with money. Like, oh,
And
you got 10,000? We got somebody with 30,000. Do that deal, get that flip, make 60K.
and just to add to that, man, this is no joke. I've never in my life been a part of a community like this. And man, I'm telling you, like, you think that Nick experience brought you to tears? Me being from Los Angeles, from California, we don't have anything similar to what you guys have out there, and just that side, and seeing how you guys network with each other, and just, I've heard people say one play, I executed the play, and I mean, it turned around 10,000, 20,000 that I could be able to leverage. And when I tell people about it, when I brought the information back to LA, it was like, yeah, you lying. Nah, that can't be real. Ah, that's a scam. All of those words, right? So, just giving flowers again, man. I know that what you're saying is so real and so true. What is some of the like the biggest testimonials you've had from your course, or like, I went from here and I went from there. I didn't have a degree, or I had a degree. What is like some of the biggest testimonials you've had?
Man, so the best ones from our students and our associates, we had one guy. This was the largest flip I had ever seen. He bought a house for $15,000 and then he sold it for $130,000 without rehabbing it. That's by far the largest flip that I've seen. And it's crazy because I didn't do it. It wasn't even me. But now we have students buying property. Now, let me be transparent here. The more money you have, the more money you will make, right? The more money that you are willing to invest, the more money you get out. It's just simple. If you invest 2,000 into a stock and you get 5,000 back, if I invested 10,000, you best believe I'm getting more than a $3,000 profit, right? Because I put more money in. So our students with the most money, $30,000 turned into $70,000. $50,000 turned into $120,000. Like these are some of the biggest flips that I've seen. Now I see the most important testimonials that I see though is people being able to leave their full-time job. All right, and I'm gonna say that again. That's the most important testimonial that I've seen because when you're working a 9 to 5, I cannot stress this enough. There's so many things that we need to be focused on, but we don't have the time to focus on it when we're working every freaking day of the week. How can you focus on your mindset? How can you spend that time that you need to with your family, right? How can you focus on your own business? How can you focus on your goals when you're clocking into work and working 40 hours a week? And then when you're not working, you're sleeping. Bro, how much time do you even have for yourself, right? If you're working and then sleeping. That's, like I said, that's the biggest scam in my books. So the biggest testimonials are my students that are leaving their full-time job. One Airbnb, I just told you this Airbnb here generated $2,000 in a day. We just listed it yesterday morning, and we have enough but $2,000 in
Talk to
booking
talk
already.
to me.
That's one Airbnb, yo. One Airbnb. Could you? It's not about making $1 million in a day. It's about the compound effect. a series of small choices that you take. For instance, my tax deed investing, the 2 day challenge coming up, where I'm going to be teaching you everything that we just talked about in 2 days. On day two, will actually be in a live auction. All right, that 2 day challenge is less than $300. And I posted the link here. I can't pin it because I'm not the host, but if you DM me 2 day challenge, I will send you the link. That's that one decision that you make to pay $297. That's gonna you're gonna come in there and get some game to possibly make 30K, right? Like that's one decision. One decision. It always starts with one decision.
All of these tools that are that have been taught to me like just over the weekend. You know what I mean? These are life changing moves. Um, I had two experiences, right? And I don't know which one is worse. Well, I do know which one is worse. So I had the experience of somebody telling me how much an hour of my time was worth. That was tragic. Let's say it was $40, right?
Mm,
Somebody telling me how much an hour of my time is worth. And I think the biggest scam was me scamming myself to signing it to agreeing to that that an hour of my
mm,
time was worth that. So, that's one of the things that I think, like you said, is the slavery mentality. You know what I mean? I thought that working in an oil refinery was a good job. A good job. I'm
mm.
like, oh, I'm making a good job. I'm 21. I'm making more money than everybody around me. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
I'm like, but that's the trick of your mind. It's just the same in the same way that when people say six figures, the first number that comes to their head is 100,000. Wow, look at that view. Look at that view. The first number that comes to their head is 100,000. But 900,000 is six figures also. But the trick of our mind will convince us that 100,000 is six figures and that's all it is. You know what I mean? So I think mindset being everything, mindset over everything. And I understand why you say you put that first in your course. Like the whole course is pretty much mindset. Could you
Oh yeah.
talk a little bit to an 18-year-old, 19-year-old just getting out of high school, don't want to go to college? He wants to create what you have built. He wants to create a portfolio similar to yours or greater, however it goes, right?
Mm.
Um, what would you tell him like the first steps for him or her, excuse me?
Good question, man. Good question. So the first somebody said 100K, not six figures because of
That's
taxes.
true.
That's
That's
fact.
true.
Fact. Number one thing you can do is get a mentor. That's something that we are not taught. We are taught to go to school, go to college, get a mentor. Like it's three. Man, this is gonna be. You just put me on to something. That's gonna be my 3 words. If you had 3 words to tell somebody, I'm gonna say get a mentor. Like that's the number
Right.
one thing you can do that can change your life. This tax
Can
D 2 day challenge,
I-
I'll say this Tax D 2 day challenge, man. I'm telling you, get your foot in the door. Also, if you can't afford mentorship, like, because a lot of us we've reached that next level. My one-on-one mentorship is $10,000. You may not be able to afford that, right? But get in the door for $297, and then get some game where I can show you how to get access to $10,000, $30,000, $50,000, and then do something with that and flip your first property, and now you're in the game. Now you're running. Get your first Airbnb, bro. You know this Airbnb that I'm in. We
Mhm.
did what's called arbitrage. I don't own this place. I rented this and then I put it on Airbnb, and now I'm making money, right? 120 something dollars a night we charge. We might even raise it up. If we made 2,000 in a day, that means it's too cheap,
Can, I
right?
just wanted to add, two things to what you said, right? You said get a mentor. I want to make it really clear that when you saying that, you mean pay for a mentor. Because when you pay attention, right?
Correct.
Pay for a
Fact.
mentor. I think everybody's
Fact.
mindset when they think get, they think, can I pick your brain? Can I have you there as an accountability partner? No, pay for a mentor. When you
Pay
pay,
for a invest. I'm a
invest. There you go. Invest.
invest in a mentor. Invest in yourself and get that mentor. Like for
Invest in that mentor. And the second thing I want to say is I love the fact that your one-on-one is 10,000. And if I could be a brother to you, I want to encourage you, go up higher. If I could bring
Yeah.
you $50,000 worth of game, just 50,000, only $50,000 worth of game, I'm paying more than that. Me personally, I'm gonna pay you more than that for sure. I am for sure.
Facts, facts. And I tell people, look, yesterday's price is not today's price.
Not
Like,
today's price.
this we learn more. Your mentor has a mentor. I have a mentor, right? And then
Absolutely,
his mentor or my mentor has a mentor that you have to pay $1 million to get mentored from, right?
man.
Kidding
Talk,
me? Are you
talk.
kidding me? Your mentor needs to have a mentor. We're constantly growing, adding more things to the course, and we do weekly calls, y'all. I have other coaches. It's not just me. I couldn't scale this business to where it is today by myself, right? It's other people, other coaches, weekly calls, private group chats, right? We're walking you through deals. We're partnering up with you on deals. I talked to an Airbnb, talked to a landlord for one of my students yesterday, so she can get her Airbnb on the beach.
Wow,
It's crazy. And I'm saying Airbnb because that's just, man, when it comes to monthly passive income, that's
it's
probably
hot.
the easiest thing you can do right now is just go rent an apartment and make sure they're cool with commercial leasing and start furnish that place, put it on Airbnb, start making some money. That's probably the easiest passive income strategy out there right now.
Now, so I have a place that's close to me that they're building a hospital, and the hospital is almost built all the way out, right? And so when you say this word arbitrage, right?
Hmm.
There's a technique to that, right? Because early on, like when Airbnb first got popping, I had a few partners that was doing it like behind the landlord's back and all of this stuff. Is there a script? I mean, not to say give the script, but I'm saying, is there a certain script or a certain technique to where you could like almost be partners with the apartment complex on these deals and facilitating those?
Right, right. So it's just like, man, how do I put this? How do I put this? Whenever there's change, initially people don't agree with the change, right? But as people start accepting it, let's talk about marijuana. Shoot, marijuana used to be legal in all 50 states, right? But as they figured out, the health benefits, how to tax it, if we're being honest, right? How can we make money together? That is key.
E.
That's a lesson. This might have went over a lot of people's heads. But when
Mhm.
you figure out how you can both make money from something, that's how the rich get richer. Okay. Shoot, we could put this in every category, even the healthcare field, vaccines, whatever you want to call it, right? Medicine. How can we make money together? So there are apartment complexes out there. There are shoot. I'm a landlord myself. If you came to me to one of my properties and said, "Hey, are you cool if I do short-term rentals here?" You know what I'm gonna say? Hell yes, I'm cool with it.
Okay.
Because you're, because you're paying me the monthly rent. I don't care how much money you're making off of it, as long as you're paying me what I want. Right? I may even charge them a higher premium. Like, look, I wanted 1,800 for rent, but if you're gonna be doing this, I want 19, 2,000. Right?
Right.
Right? That's bro.
Man.
That's,
Talk to me, man. Man,
so
you are giving so much game out right now. So much game out right now.
I hope I got some DMs. I want to know. I want to see some
And
people.
everybody, my good brother Millionaire Barber joined in. Please DM this brother, man. There's so much opportunity out here. And this brother right here, man, I think that a lot of times when you're in the midst of it and you're going about just the day-to-day routine activity, right? It's tough at first, then it starts to get easy, then it's like, then it's just a routine type of thing, right?
Yeah,
Um,
sure. I
I
appreciate all the hearts. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the shares,
absolutely,
y'all. I appreciate the comments,
absolutely,
fire signs, hype us, energy, y'all. It's a two-way street. You give
yes.
it, it's coming back.
Yes, I just hope that you guys understand that we are the modern day innovators, and we are the counselors of excellence. You know what I mean? When I think of the Martin Luther Kings, you compared one mindset to slavery, right? I consider us the mindset makers of the free. We're the mindset makers. We're the Harriet Tubmans, the Sojourner Truths. We have that
Mhm.
blood running through us. You know what I mean? The Marcus Garveys. We got that blood running through us, man. And I cannot thank you enough for being with me on this journey, allowing me with you on this journey. Like I never had a mindset to just be doing this by myself, and I always had a mindset to want to liberate the people because I seen so much slavery mindset. You know what I call the chitlins mindset. You know what I mean? We stuck on eating all of this food that's messing up our system, but we keep eating it, and then we blame our lineage. Oh man, it's just running my family. I got diabetes. No, diet runs in your family, and that's why you stand sick, and that's why you inherit these diseases, right? And it's like we've inherited mental diseases, but brothers like us are helping break those chains off, even if it's one link at a time or 10 links at a time. So I want to thank everybody that's on the call. Just I want to thank you for your time. Can you please let us know where we can find you? And could you drop that information about the challenge again? And could we bring you back on here for another segment?
Oh man, of course, of course. So y'all, if you ain't doing so already, follow me on every platform at Tax Deed Wolf. And for those of you that really want to connect, go ahead and DM me 2 day challenge. All right, we're hosting a 2 day challenge. It's starting on Monday. Yes, it will be recorded. Yes, you can get on this challenge. It doesn't matter which state you live in. Your state may not be a tax deed state. Your state might only be a tax lien state, but that's okay. You can purchase in other states. We're going to show you other methods that you can use in your state. All right, you can do this. There's no excuse. All right, there is literally no excuse. For only $297, DM me DM me 2 day challenge. I'll send you the link. I posted the link here, but I will send you the link, and we're gonna start this thing off on April 25th and 26th. Be in the room. Success, love, speed. Now stands for no opportunity wasted. All right,
Now,
we've all wasted
now
opportunity. We're done with that. Stop wasting our opportunity. Stop watching. Don't watch me sit in this comfortable ass chair over here in Orlando, Florida. Get your own. All right, stop watching me do stuff and join me. Like join
mm,
be a part of the inner circle. You know what I mean? Like let's do this. Let's do
okay.
this. Now
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it in with that. But thank you all for sure for having me, man. Thank you, Seven. By the way, your name is cool as hell, man. Like
Thank
Seven
you, man.
with
Appreciate that.
blue eyes, bro. That's the coolest name ever, man. Like
Appreciate that. Seven is the biblical number for completion, and I made a decision that once I started something, I was going to complete it. So I will be joining
mm,
you, and I will be completing your challenge, and we're gonna run through with it. Real quick, you mentioned something because I normally end it with a book of the week. Can you suggest a book of the week this time?
gotcha. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and suggest tax deed investing, y'all. So now what I want to do though is, you know what? How about we do something cool? If you get the 2 day challenge, you get the ebook as well. The ebook is
Mm,
normally $97, and I put it to $47 for everybody on this live today. But if you get the 2 day challenge, we will send you the ebook. All right. Once you purchase the challenge, just DM me ebook. I got the challenge. Send me the ebook. All I need is your email. We'll send you that ebook. All right.
okay.
Now we're gonna put you on game in the challenge anyway, right? But trust that. But definitely, you want that ebook? We'll send you over that ebook as well to get you
Okay.
started.
Okay, and one last question somebody brought in. How young can you be? Like what's the youngest mentor you're willing to work, a mentee you're willing to work with?
Man, I just spoke at a high school a few weeks ago, and I've been talking to these kids. They're 16, man. It's all about the mindset. Age is nothing but a number. It's all about the mindset. My my wife's 23. She got an Airbnb.
Wow.
Business owner has business credit. It's your circle and it's your mindset. I'm gonna tell Lash vending machine. Yeah, like I'm gonna tell you, it's all about the mindset. Who are you surrounded by? If you're not surrounded with millionaires, you're around the wrong crowd. If that's what you want to be.
Man, we have so much building to do, man. I thank God for meeting you. I thank God for us meeting each other. Drink water, everybody. Drink water, drink water. I cannot stress it enough, man. Drink water, okay? And stay thirsty, at the same time. So again, I thank you. If you guys got value out of this, just DM me the word value. Okay, let's connect. And I thank you for your time, brother.
Anytime, bro. Be safe out there. We're gonna be connecting again. I'm gonna
Yes,
see y'all at that 2 day challenge.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.